Hi Pisces, it's Bailey B hanging out for another intuitive reading to help you explore your subconscious and see what's going on. Thank you for being here. I intend for this reading to give you something fascinating to think about, and I hope you can use that information to lead you to more safety and more fulfillment. I want you to check in with your own intuition to see what feels true and only pick up what's resonating with you. I am going to be pulling from the chakra deck today, and then the traditional Rider-Waite, and then also the Tarot del Fuego by Ricardo Cavolo. I had a successful video 2-3 days ago that people asked me to follow up on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today and do a follow-up love reading. We had a really stable masculine energy coming towards us in that reading, and I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into what we should be looking for moving forward. So thank you to everyone who's liked that video, liked this video, subscribed to my channel, and to anyone who's given me a tip. I really appreciate y'all. If you're one of my first 500 subscribers, you're entered to win a free 60-minute reading with me, so I'm excited to meet one of you. All right, so let's pull the chakra card first. What do we need to be looking out for in love? Ooh, here we go. The 5th chakra, throat chakra. I am truthful and honest with myself. Truthfulness is the theme here. I aim to overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I speak in a loving, considerate way. My personal empowerment comes from telling the truth and letting others know who I am. Others will be positively uplifted when they hear my truth, and I take care not to exaggerate in order to impress them. I am careful not to let my mind mislead me and in turn others. I avoid gossiping or speaking negatively of others. So there's a lot of really good advice here, especially talking about speaking your own truth and overcoming the fear of that and doing it in a loving and considerate way. But how much personal empowerment does come from telling the truth, because what you're doing is letting other people know who you really are, and that's kind, that's honest, that's just, being yourself, and we all deserve to be seen in that and to be heard as well. It also gives others the chance to learn us and be able to treat us the way that we should be treated, right? If we're not honest about what we need, how will anyone know how to treat us? So that's a great first card. Let's get out some themes here, and then we'll get some clarifiers from the other deck. It's very windy. All right, what is this person coming towards Pisces? What do we need to be looking out for this person coming towards Pisces? What are the defining qualities of this person that Pisces is meant to match with? Oh, I feel like that one needs to come out. Wow, the High Priestess, the Three of Pentacles. Let's grab one more. What are the defining qualities of this person coming towards Pisces? 10 of Pentacles on the back of the deck. You've got to be kidding me. And the Emperor again, you guys. Okay, this is crazy. I'm like for real getting goosebumps right now. Okay, the High Priestess energy is Pisces energy. Like, we are the High Priestess, Pisces. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you have an innate ability to trust your intuition, to kind of have gut feelings about things, and to know things that other people don't really quite see or understand. So I'm just taking this as a huge confirmation that this is you. The Three of Pentacles is here, and it talks about working in a symbiotic relationship, working and being able to express your vision to others and being understood and encouraged by others. this person here is an artisan, is like relaying their vision to the people here, looking at their plans. If you can see, it's like an exact copy of, you know, this architecture here. So this is about cooperation, about equal give and take, about being seen for your special gifts, and also about being able to express yourself and get rewarded for that. I don't know if you noticed this yet, but we have 2, 3, 4. The Emperor is 4. So this is a progression, straight progression here. And we had that theme in the last love reading. There's a lot of number progression. So to me, that signifies or symbolizes a slow walk towards this final outcome, this peak, which is the number 10, which we have here on the back of the deck, what you don't see coming, the 10 of Pentacles. And this card is about legacy, about generational abundance and safety, having, you know, all of the things that you've worked so hard for in your life all around you. There's a child here, there's a couple, and there's an elderly person, a couple of dogs. I mean, this is just like the picture perfect, you know, family who has been successful over generations and can support the new generation just as well. So this is a beautiful card of abundance. The elder here is wearing a cloak of grapes, which are notoriously hard to grow, but here it just signifies abundance. And, you know, obviously there's plenty of real estate in this card too. So these people have a place to live, a place to stay, a place to call their own. And it's just basically the ideal monetary or, you know, material position in life. And then also the Knight of Pentacles popped out here on the back of the deck. I remember this theme kind of being here last reading as well, where it was going to be a slower energy that's coming towards you. The Knight of Pentacles represents planting seeds and all that time that it takes from when you plant to when you finally reap the harvest. It feels like forever, right? This is one of the only knights in the deck that isn't moving quickly. So it does symbolize a slower energy here, but a successful energy in the end. Like when you do put all the work in to sow the seeds, you get the harvest and what comes with all that hard work. Also the Justice card peeping out. So looks like justice is coming towards you. You're getting your justice, Pisces. The Emperor, we haven't even touched on this yet. I cannot believe this came out. This came out last reading to represent the person who's coming towards you. Very stable masculine energy, maybe a little bit set in their ways. I'm kind of getting this vibe that this person maybe hasn't done a lot of dating in the past, or if they have, they haven't really been like a relationship type, more just because I feel like they're closed off, not because they don't have it in them. They might have really high standards and for themselves and for the person that they're going to be with, but so do we, Pisces. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what a better divine feminine match would be for the Emperor, if not the High Priestess. Obviously the Empress, but the High Priestess is even more spiritually attuned and intuitive than the Empress is. So anyway, this to me obviously represents your divine counterpart, and the fact that this just came out in the reading is so crazy to me. So far we have this ability to express ourselves, to be ourselves. In this relationship, we feel like we can really work towards a common goal here with the Three of Pentacles in the center, and that we're heard and respected for the particular gifts that we're bringing to the table in this relationship. And it looks like a really successful partnership in building something important. So it's not just like, you know, the Two of Cups where we have like romance and fluffy stuff. This feels like something that's going to be really stable. It's going to be building for a future that is a common goal between the two of you. And if this isn't a love reading for you, if you're not in a romantic place, or if you're just not wanting that in your life, then this could very easily be a work relationship or something in terms of like meeting a person who has maybe opposite skills than you and can bring, something to the table that you can't bring for yourself, and you end up combining to make this greater whole that ends up producing things out in the world that really have an impact. Like I said, the Ten of Pentacles isn't just like a passing wealth, it is something that is here for the long haul. So I also feel like eventually something might come out here between the two of you that makes a lasting impact on the world. Like, you guys are so respectful of each other's niches and each other's special talents that you can actually create something bigger than yourselves going forward. So not a lot of couples have that mutual respect for each other. I shouldn't say not a lot of couples, but it is very difficult to achieve that type of connection with somebody where you're not threatened by what they do. You just sort of have this reverence and awe of what their talents are, and you want to nurture those, even though they're not what you would do in a situation, or they're not your specific talents or interests, even. Seeing two people have, like, pretty distinct and set in their ways interests. And I'm also just getting this vibe right now that you both like to spend a lot of time alone in contemplation and working on your special projects or whatever it is that you have special interest in. But I feel like that makes you stronger together, because you are two whole people. And then, like I said, when you come together and you can build like a thing that's even greater than you, you can only do that without a certain type of infighting or jealousy that comes with an unstable relationship. So absolutely mind-blowing energy coming out so far. I've pre-shuffled all of these cards, but I just like to shuffle once more. Get some clarifiers. Oops. Let's do that again. All right. What are some clarifiers for our energy, this High Priestess energy? What do we need to know about our High Priestess energy? There's one that wanted to come out and didn't. What do we need to know about our own High Priestess energy, Spirit? What can we keep in mind in this relationship coming towards us? The Queen of Wands on the back of the deck. Okay. I don't know if you remember last reading. It was the King and Queen of Wands that came out as the divine counterparts, but today we have the High Priestess and the Emperor, which is even more mature energy. Okay, what else flew out here? The Three of Swords, the King of Wands, y'all, and the Temperance card. Okay, so if you're not already getting goosebumps, I don't know what else could possibly convince us that there's something here. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here to clarify the High Priestess energy. So, like I just said, the King and Queen of Wands came out last reading to signify that partnership. We also had the Three of Swords when we were talking about your energy, Pisces, speaking about, past heartaches and things that you've learned through trial and error, what you do and don't want in a relationship. But it's clear here that you've had a lot of woundedness in the heart space, and that's maybe why I just sort of had a flash that maybe the King of Wands also has had this history. Maybe that's what's connecting you two, is that you both are a little bit cautious in love because of hurts that you've had in the past. And maybe that's why the tempo or like the pacing here is so much slower. I think it's a good idea for you guys to take it slow, and to reveal yourselves to each other all in good time, right? Because that does encourage us to be more truthful and realistic about ourselves when we're revealing ourselves to others. If we take our time, it's a lot more likely that we're going to feel comfortable when, revealing those deeper truths that we might not feel so comfortable revealing at the beginning, you know, like when you rush into a relationship and you want to feel like, oh, I want to show them my best side, all my good sides. Very complex, aren't we, Pisces? But sometimes we don't want to reveal those harder parts of ourselves. But again, I think the slow pacing of this is really going to encourage us to be honest with each other about how it's best for us to operate in a relationship to avoid these wounds in the future. And that's just repeated here with the Temperance card. So the fact that this is coming out to signify your energy in particular, Pisces, I feel like, you know, the creativity in us, even the creative masculine in us, that's that fire that moves us towards our goal in an efficient and exciting way. And I think sometimes, and this happens, you know, to both or all genders, there's not, you know, I want to reiterate that this isn't just like, if it's masculine energy, it's a man. If it's feminine energy, it's a woman. When I say masculine energy, I just mean in the binary of out and in, or action and non-action. There's two different types, like an energy that pulls things towards it and an energy that pushes out, right? So what pulls things towards it is considered feminine, and what pushes out is considered masculine. That's really, it's as simple as that. So I think, Pisces, the advice for us personally here is that if we keep our creative talents and our creative impulses in that more masculine sentiment, to where we're not keeping them to ourselves, we're not toning them down at all, we are putting them out there, we're pushing forward in our creative endeavors and being really forthright about how that feeds us and keeps us going. And we don't put that on the back burner for our partner or whoever else is around us. We really hold in our masculine energy that creativity, and we draw boundaries around that creative space because it is so important for us to thrive. So the Temperance here, again, is just repeating this idea of mixing fire and water, of having a balance that creates this sort of feeling of harmony. But there's obviously a lot of abundance in this card, and beauty as well. So there's a very amazing flow energy that comes from being in balance with your masculine and your feminine side. And it helps us be more abundant and attract the things that we are wanting to achieve in our lives. And I have a feeling this is what is attracting this other person to us, right? Strong people need other strong people around them in order to thrive. So this part of you, Pisces, is a really important part of what I think this person coming towards you is going to appreciate. All right, so let's grab out some clarifiers for the Three of Pentacles here. What do I need to know about the Three of Pentacles and this relationship? Queen of Cups on the back of that pull. Okay, this is unbelievable what fell out. The Lover's card, the Sun, and the Queen of Pentacles. I'm speechless. Like, you can't make this stuff up. I couldn't have pulled out better cards if I had planned it. So, I mean, obviously the Lover's card here, it means exactly what you think it would mean. But it also has a few other connotations or meanings. I mean, first of all, let me just talk about the Sun and the Lover's card together. This is happiness, joy, passion, light being shed on parts of you that you thought you would never be able to reveal to somebody else. It's incredibly positive energy. What I am seeing here with the Lover's card is that it's not as easy as just like it's going to be all cakes and sunshine and rainbows. The Lover's card does represent a choice, as well as, just finding a romantic partner. When we find somebody in our lives, right, when we make the choice to be with one person over another person, or focus on one relationship over another relationship. There is an inevitable closing of other doors. Does that make sense? So here, as represented in these two different walkways up this mountain, you're at a crossroads. You pick left or you pick right, and you can't have both homes, right? You have to pick one. So I think this is just sort of a reminder that things are going to change, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable. We might have to give some things up or choose to focus less on other relationships in our life in order to make room for this new relationship. But I think, we're really good at trusting our intuition, Pisces, and we know what is going to make us happy in the long run. That's what I'm kind of seeing here with the Queen of Pentacles. I love this particular queen. She's very wise. She's been here for, her memory goes back a long time, but her long flowing hair is so gorgeous that there's just this sort of serene, knowing energy about this particular Queen of Pentacles. And it makes me feel like this wisdom coming out of, the partnership between the two of you, and assuredness that the Queen of Pentacles is showing. This person is going to be successful, stable, and peaceful regardless of what goes on around them. So, I don't want to set this up like all of your dreams are going to come true when you meet this person or everything is going to be easy. I think the Queen of Pentacles is here to remind us that even in this partnership, we have to be able to hold our own, to create our own stability, our own financial abundance, and also like cultivate our own wisdom within ourselves to continually trust through the relationship. So again, I'm seeing so much positive energy here. There's a lot of fun coming your way, and I'm really, really excited for us, Pisces. This is crazy good. I'm also seeing like a lot of eyes in this pull. Like there's, eyes all around the Temperance card watching. There's eyes in this Lovers card coming from above. There's, this eye with the hand symbol here, which I'm sure has a lot more meaning that I personally understand at the moment. But all of these eyes lined up watching you and this other person kind of coming together and making this alchemy together. I'm really still getting the vibe that you guys are going to be building something that is greater than you, that goes out to the wider community, whether it's a business, whether it's a creative endeavor. Maybe you guys become like writing partners or artistic partners. Maybe you make music together, or maybe it's just the family that you build together, whether it's a chosen family or a family that you're born into, or adopted into. You could be really creating, a lot of abundance for a lot of people. I'm just seeing all of these different eyes here watching your success, watching you as an example of what to do, and an example of like what it looks like to have a successful relationship. You're really going to be showing others around you what life could be like. And that's really inspiring, Pisces. That in itself is, worth having the relationship. And with the Queen of Cups here on the back of the deck and on the Knave of Cups underneath that, there's, a lot of divine feminine energy here. This time, I think the relationship, since we're clarifying the Three of Pentacles here, is particularly going to be one that attracts people towards y'all. I think it is going to be one where you don't have to try to like force your way out into the community, but people are really going to be drawn to what you guys are putting together. I'm seeing a real abundance in terms of your prosperity, and also, you know, for some of you, obviously this isn't going to be for all of you, but I'm seeing a pregnancy. This person is incredibly pregnant, maybe even twins. This person is absolutely huge. It could be, I don't know, there's 3 eyes here. What if it was triplets? That would be amazing. Anyway, that's obviously only for a few of you. But butterfly kisses, you know, flowers, passion, success with these bay leaves on top of here. There's just so much positivity in this Queen of Cups card that has to do with something that can only happen with 2 people contributing, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm just getting a really intense sense of peaceful femininity, a softness, a comfort that is coming with this relationship. And I think that might be a break in all of the masculine energy for both of you, Pisces, and whoever's coming towards you. It might be a really welcome change for you both to have this softness with each other and within the relationship, because I get the sense that you guys haven't really felt that before, either one of you. Okay, so let's see what we can do here with the Emperor. What is the person coming towards us? What do they look like? What should we watch out for so that we know and recognize this person, our divine masculine counterpart? What is this divine masculine and what does it represent? What do you need to know about this divine masculine? One more card. What does Pisces need to know about this divine masculine? Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles is on the back of the shuffle. We have the Empress card. Okay, I am again speechless. We have the Queen of Wands out again. The Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess twice, okay, for a second time, and the 10 of Wands. I feel like seriously I'm gonna cry. Like, this is so crazy, and I don't normally get emotional during readings, but like, are you guys seeing this? Okay, so we have the Empress here with the Emperor, which is divine, feminine, and masculine coming together. We have a double confirmation of the High Priestess here, coming out twice, which is our energy, specifically Pisces. Of the 78 cards in this deck, the High Priestess has come out twice. And this and the Moon card are typically represented by Pisces energy. So clearly we're being spoken directly to here. The Queen of Wands, again, we've talked about already, the Queen and the King of Wands, representing this creative partnership that you're coming into. And then the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Wands. I'm like, this couldn't be more like telling of you finally found it, you finally made it. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. You're coming to the end of the road where you can finally put down these 10 wands, the burdens, the heaviness of this. And what I see from this card in particular, Pisces, is all of these 10 wands, unlike in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck where the wands are on the person's back, like they're in their hands, they're carrying them like a big bundle that's hindering their movement. What I've seen that you've done here, Pisces, is actually built a raft out of these 10 wands. This, instead of it being extra hardship for you and a heavy burden, you've transmuted that energy and you've been able to make your life easier with all the lessons that you've learned and all of these things that you've gone through. And this is an incredibly important skill to have. Like, if we can take the bad things that come towards us, or the not even bad, but just the heavy things, you know, that we have to accomplish or achieve in our life, and use them to make our life easier moving forward, it's just like an incredible feat. I'm seeing all of these spirits here around you kind of celebrating this victory that you've achieved, and you're keeping yourself from, you know, this possible electric shock here in the water. you've really mastered this idea of keeping yourself safe and making your life feel somewhat at ease, which I feel like we all deserve. And in this crazy world we live in, a lot of us forget to cultivate that in our lives. Um, but I feel like I have to like pause and think about this for a second. This energy is, I'm just absolutely speechless at the cards that are coming out here. So a lot of feminine energy here associated with the Emperor card, where we have the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, the Empress coming out to represent or to clarify the Emperor here. So what I'm seeing is this person that is here coming towards you has also mastered their masculine and feminine sides. They have a respect for their own creativity. People are very drawn towards them. They can kind of sit back in their confidence and their charisma, and people are drawn towards them. I see that with the Five of Pentacles here, they may have struggled in the past with not feeling good enough, maybe with a sense of, financial loss, or maybe they went through a hardship with a past business, or they may have, lost a lot of money in some way or another. Maybe it was in a divorce or in a bad business deal, or maybe it was just like their family had money and then they weren't the person to receive any of that. So they've really had to struggle with this feeling of like lack mindset, or what's the phrase? Kind of like a poverty mindset. This also might be in the emotional space. If they have, been successful financially, this might even just kind of signify like they haven't had the ability to let down their guard and feel stable in an emotional relationship. Obviously, this Five of Pentacles has a lot of emotions represented in here. The water is representative of your emotions that are up and down. Obviously, this person is crying and there's these thorns sticking out, and these pentacles are on fire. So it's just like a lot of, I've just heard the word shame, guilt. A lot of times when we have gone through things that we're not super proud of, or things have happened in our lives that we never thought would actually happen, it's hard to reveal that to others and admit that to ourselves. Like, my life looks a lot different than I thought it was going to. But that's okay. Obviously, Pisces, I think this is proof that what is coming towards you is better than what was behind you. And this is something that happens a lot in life. It's like you don't make it till you make it. So don't use the past energy as anything telling of the future, because it's not correlated. Things can change in an instant. One day you could have a certain life and the next day you have a completely different life, and sometimes that's due to your own choices and sometimes it's due to completely random circumstances out of your control. The thing that matters is what we talked about here with the Ten of Wands. Are you using these experiences to build yourself a raft of sorts to float on, to make it easier for yourself and not make those mistakes in the future? The other thing I'm seeing here that keeps popping out to me is this house upside down. Maybe this has something to do with homelessness or losing a house, like defaulting on a mortgage, I don't know, bad loan or something like that. Being evicted, like that kind of terrible feeling about not being able to pay rent, or that's just like something I feel like is very present here in this relationship. And I'm hearing in my head, like, in order to move forward you have to leave this behind. You can't get to this abundant Ten of Pentacles if you're still holding yourself back and thinking about the what ifs of this old Five of Pentacles energy that you used to feel. But I'm really getting this is in the past. As with the Three of Swords, like, these are all things that we've used to teach us, This might be particularly something that this person coming towards you struggles with. So I'm getting that the advice might be to have empathy for this person and their financial hangups. They might be a lot slower to invite you into their financial circle. They might be very wary of spending money or, even dreaming about what the future could possibly hold. Sometimes that's hard for people who've been through lack and experienced poverty of any kind. It's like this sense like, I don't want to get my hopes up because what if it doesn't work out? But the other thing I'll say is you don't want to miss the journey and the fun stuff just because you're thinking about this. So I think it's a real challenge for both of you to take your time so that you can let your guard down and reveal to each other these insecurities so that you're not stepping on each other's buttons in the future, because there's no need to perpetuate negative feelings or memories. All we do is use those as information to perpetuate positive feelings and good uh, sort of building energy for the future, not like destructive energy, if that makes sense. All right, so let me pull out one more card of advice for the relationship. That is some advice that we can use for the relationship moving forward. Two of Swords on the back of the pool, which is about choices again. This could have to do with what we were talking about before with the lovers, and choosing, which relationships you're going to focus on. We have the Devil in reverse, the Queen of Swords, and then also the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands coming out here. So this is the third queen that has come out. We have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands out. So clearly, and the Empress and the High Priestess. So there's a lot of divine feminine energy here. And I think, again, it's just speaking to how much work you've done, Pisces, on yourself, and how much you've honored yourself and your own intuition and your emotions, and how this is really like taken light, or how this is really like taken on a life of its own, and you've been able to solve all these problems and go through all these different things in your life, kind of on your own. And I'm seeing here too that there's a blindfold theme. So maybe you've almost felt like you're going through all of this with no foresight or no real idea of where it's going. But for sure, coming towards you, you're going to be able to see more clearly with every day what is in front of you and what is going to come out of this relationship. The Devil energy reversed, something that you've been codependent to in the past has been conquered. You're letting go of that. You're moving forward in this relationship in particular. I think the advice here is that, get rid of that codependent energy where you're too worried about what your partner wants or what your partner needs. I think the attractive part of you here, Pisces, is that you have your own thing going on, that you're very stable in yourself and you're focused on your own goals. And this strong energy of being independent and, not like just giving up on your favorite wants and needs and desires for somebody else. I think that's the advice here is to leave behind those tendencies to be a people pleaser or to give up parts of yourself for this other person, because it's just it doesn't work. B, it's unhealthy for us, and C, it's really kind of unattractive. It's just not a quality that attracts the type of people that we want in our lives, Pisces. So there's the advice of the Devil reversed. The Eight of Swords, this is a card of keeping yourself tied up. So I think the advice here is to not bring the past with you, and to decide to free yourself of this past energy, those past hurts, and not like keep yourself imprisoned because of what's happened in the past. You can let go of all of that. You can set yourself free and move forward here, because this is going to be a safe passage for you. The Nine of Wands is here, which is just before the Ten of Wands, which we've reached. It's sort of a feeling of striving. So what I'm getting with that is that keep the faith. This isn't going to happen overnight. You're still going to feel like you're reaching out. You have, a few more steps to climb, but there's a lot of spirits around, a lot of different spirits around you here, rooting for you, cheering you on, pulling strings here and there, making things align for you. This is really your time coming up, and it's going to be, like I said, a slow reveal, but in the end, you're ending up with this Ten of Pentacles. So hang in there, I think, is the advice of that. And lastly, the advice of the Queen of Swords is to hold your boundaries, stand firm in who you are, and be strong. Know that you can overcome these battles. You understand that you don't have to have everything figured out in order to, conquer all of the things that are coming at you in your life. You can use your intuition, and you can keep moving forward with faith in yourself, in your own skills and abilities, and your own skills of discernment, really. Like, you're very discerning, Pisces. You have an innate sense of what is right, what is wrong for you personally, and you know how to hold true to that. And so I also just heard, don't expect others to hold to what you do. So I think another piece of advice here is just like, when holding your own boundaries, you also want to consider and keep in mind that you want to respect other people's boundaries, and that you're going to have very different ways of looking at the world from this other person. But that doesn't mean that either of you have to compromise or have to look at the world the way the other person does. I think y'all's strengths are going to be where you do come at something from a different perspective, as long as you guys can respect the other person's viewpoint. You can hold different viewpoints and still coexist peacefully. So I think that's going to be the biggest piece of advice for this relationship coming towards you. But wow, I mean, like, what a reading. I cannot even believe this reading. It's blowing my mind. Pisces, if you relate to this reading, if this reading is for you, if you're claiming this reading for you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more readings coming forward. I'll be here to continue to dive into our lives and what's coming towards us. Let me know in the comments below what's going on in your life. I really love to hear from y'all and see what's going on specifically with you. It's just like such an exciting time for all of us, and I'm really, really proud of all the hard work we've put in, and I'm proud of you, Pisces, for hanging in there. I know it's been really tough. We've experienced a lot of heartache, but like, clearly it's going to be worth it. We're headed towards this incredible new journey and new partnership, new life. So again, I hope this brought you some hope, joy, and a little bit of lightness to your day or night, wherever you are in the world, Pisces. If any of you would like a personal reading, I'm doing personal readings, email me at the email below. I'll send you an intake sheet, and we can dive a little bit deeper into all of this information and see something more specifically for you, and without the general energy of the collective. So email me if you want some specific answers in a personal reading. I'd love to meet you. I wish you the best, and as always, I hope you live long and prosper.